around week 14 this thing called coning, and it's where your abs kind of start to separate, and so you just have to be a lot more careful about the types of abdominal exercises you're doing and having proper mechanics and breathing when you're lifting. And so those are a few of the reasons that I've been working with PT, specifically for the pregnancy and then the postpartum period. I'm planning on just having her professional opinion to kind of help me, since it's the first time I'm doing this and I'm learning a lot of things. And so when I'm breathing, when I'm doing any of the lifts, what I'm focusing on is kind of having everything relaxed on the way down, and then breathing out and having things constricted on the way up. So then that just kind of helps keep these transverse abs contracted, and that kind of helps protect anything from coning in the front, because I just don't want to be doing any permanent damage, and I also want to be focusing on things that are going to help prep me for being strong for giving birth and having everything in good alignment. As I continue on in my pregnancy, I might have to be a little careful about doing as much single leg stuff, like step ups, like lunges, that can sometimes irritate if you're having pubic symphysis pain or instability, which will just continue to get more lax as I get closer and closer to my due date. So for now, I don't feel like it's too aggravating, so I'm keeping them in. But that's something that my physical therapist kind of put on my radar, is that if I notice that, then try and stick with exercises that aren't single leg, like the step ups and the lunges. So that's just kettlebell swing. Again, when I'm doing it, I'm just kind of focusing on having the really good contraction anytime that the weight's coming up. Just kind of keep everything tight and protected so I don't hurt my back or something else. I've been doing 3 sets of 8 and keeping it pretty simple. When I'm not pregnant, I was doing a lot of Olympic lifting, which, according to a lot of the stuff we read, is still pretty safe as long as you do it with good mechanics and listen to your body. Actually, the year I ran my 5K PR, I had an injury that kept me out for 2 or 3 months, and I did most of my training in the pool, mostly aqua jogging and lap swimming. And then I had a couple weeks on the ground. I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks of running on the ground before Peyton, and then that's the year that I ran 15:04 at Peyton Jordan and ran my 5K PR. So I definitely don't feel like cross training is a waste of time. I know that I can still be keeping my, general fitness up. And at this point, it's not really so much about fitness as it is just staying healthy during pregnancy. There's so many benefits for me, but also for the baby that they've been showing with heart rate variability is good for the baby's neurological development, they've shown, and when I'm having all the blood pumping in my body, that's bringing blood and nutrients and oxygen also to the baby. When I have endorphins through exercise, those can cross through the placenta and be really good for the baby's development. There's been a lot of studies showing that just 30 minutes of exercise a day is good for the brain development and everything. So some days I'm not really excited to cross train or do something, and that's kind of a new added motivation that I found, is just to get my blood pumping, and then also be doing something good for the baby, because it's inevitable that I'm going to lose fitness and have a little bit of a rebuild process. But that's something that's kind of new and fun to think about.
The things that I would say that I've learned is to listen to my body, to not be afraid, to be flexible with training and try and come up with different ways to integrate training in if I can't actually run. And third, obviously always consult with your doctor, but the main takeaway I had is if you're having a healthy and uncomplicated pregnancy, it is totally safe to exercise and even work out, push yourself, as long as you're listening to your body, and there's tons of benefits for you and there's a ton of benefits for your baby.